Under the patronage of the Government of Kerala, the Department of Philosophy, University of Kerala has been undertaking several innovative research projects to connect philosophy with the socio-cultural lives of the people. Over the past 7 years, the major research initiatives include themes like gender sensitization, yoga for holistic well-being, film and philosophy, debates on inclusion-exclusion, Kerala Renaissance and social philosophers, among others. In 2019, with the financial support from the Government of Kerala, the department, with the aim of imparting the age-old wealth of philosophy to make profound changes in human lives, founded the Center for Philosophical Counseling and Research, the first of its kind in Asia, which was later emulated by many universities and departments across the continent. In its constant striving to extend philosophy from theory to praxis, an edited volume of essays titled Film and Philosophy was released in 2021 to explore how the medium of cinema is used as a tool to propagate philosophical themes. The next major venture was with the sublime aspiration towards creating an inclusive society where no one is left behind. A 3-day seminar titled Philosophical Debates on Inclusion-Exclusion was conducted with the financial support from the Government of Kerala, where pertinent contemporary issues were talked about and analyzed. The consequence was the overwhelming need to move this vigorous dialogue from words to action. This progressed to organizing a workshop titled Catching the Concept for the deaf and hard of hearing degree course students of the National Institute of Speech and Hearing, NISH. This interactive workshop opened the hitherto inaccessible conceptual knowledge of philosophy to the deaf population. From words to action and then to propagation. It was time to propagate the ideas of philosophy to the general population with a message. And the following video is a philosophy theme-based production which garnered overwhelming interest and appreciation from thousands of visitors at the Kerala University Researchers Fest 2023. This video is testimony to the fact that the nuanced themes of philosophy can be made in the most simplified way and, more importantly, created in the most inclusive way that can be accessible to everyone, including persons with disabilities. Hello, fellow human. I am Socrates, an ignorant philosopher who lived in Greece almost 2,500 years ago. Now you must be wondering where you are and why I am talking to you. You are in front of my finest disciple and a great philosopher, Plato's cave. And I am going to take you on a journey through Plato's cave. Plato's cave is an allegorical or symbolic cave to represent how humans live in the world, contrasting reality versus the human interpretation of it. The cave is used to delve into the philosophical thought of truth and how people with different experiences and backgrounds perceive it. It shows the potential epistemic journey of humans from darkness to light, ignorance to knowledge, and from belief to reality. Now, let's enter the cave. Imagine that in this cave, people, including you, are imprisoned from childhood. You all are chained so that your legs and necks are fixed, forcing you to gaze at the wall in front of you and not to look around at the cave, at each other, or even yourself. Behind you prisoners is a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners is a raised walkway with a low wall, behind which people walk carrying objects or puppets of men and other living things. The people walk behind the wall so their bodies do not cast shadows for the prisoners to see, but the objects they carry do cast bizarre shadows. You, the prisoners, cannot see any of what is happening behind you. You're only able to see the shadows in front of you. These shadows are reality for you, the prisoners, because you have never seen anything else. You do not realize that these are just shadows of objects which are mere copies of real things outside the cave. Now, imagine that you, the prisoner, only you, are released from your chains. You would look around and see the fire. The light would hurt your eyes and make it difficult for you to see the objects casting the shadows. In your pain, you, the freed prisoner, would turn away and run back to what you're accustomed to, that is, to the cave, to the shadows of the carried objects. Suppose that someone should drag you by force and never stop until he could drag you out into the light of the sun. You would be angry and in pain, and the radiant sun would blind you momentarily. Slowly, your eyes adjust to the light of the sun. First, you can see only shadows, then reflections of people and things in water, and then you see the people and things themselves, until finally you can look upon the sun itself. It is when you reach the level of reason that you can see the bright sun of reality. Now, you, the free prisoner, would think that the world outside the cave is superior to the world you experienced inside. You would attempt to go back to the cave and share this experience with the prisoners remaining in the cave. The returning you, whose eyes have become accustomed to the sunlight, would be blind when you re-enter the cave, just as you were when you were first exposed to the sun. The prisoners would infer from your blindness that the journey out of the cave had harmed you and that they should not undertake a similar journey. Hence, the prisoners, if they were able, would reach out and kill you who attempts to drag them out of the cave. A person living inside the cave cannot be easily dragged out of it by anyone. Similarly, a person who lives within the darkness of one's own ignorance and beliefs can never be forced to experience and understand the light of reality. They have to undertake that tedious endeavor on their own. And one way to do this is through education. Through questioning, through a rigorous search and research for answers, until you can stand facing the blazing sun of truth, and through reason you perceive the real form of truth. Dear fellow human, this is Plato's allegory of the cave. Be reminded that it is not just a symbolic cave, but an experiential journey that you go through every day of your life. Take a moment and think. Which stage in the journey am I? How can I move further in this cavernous journey? How can I come out of the cave? My dear fellow human, start asking these questions at every decision you make in life, at every important point in life. Think constantly of how, through the power of reason, you can move from your beliefs and interpretations of what you experience to the truth and knowledge of the ideas and forms. I wish that every day of your life takes you one step away from the darkness of the cave and one step closer to the light of truth, to the world of forms.